Whoa! Hello! Candice, Ruth and Ivan, how are you all? It's me! It's Jack Wright here, known as Jackpot Button Lewis on YouTube, one of your very good fans, of course, of the Fairies, all the way here from the United Kingdom in, of course, Europe. And I would just like to say, this is a quick little video message to you, which I have been working on for a very, very long time. And as you do not know, like I said already, I'm a #1 fan of the show The Fairies. I know the show has been aimed for young children, but I can tell you a quick little story. Over 12, I think, years ago, was it? I think it was, yeah, back in 2005. And I think it was I was watching it on the Channel 5 here in the United Kingdom. And I first came across the show of The Fairies, and I knew a bit about it from being advertised on one of my old children's videos I had of Jellykins, which I absolutely used to love that children's programme when I was younger, narrated by one of my favourite comedians who is no longer with us, called Rick Mail. And I was so intrigued because actually I really love, of course, the imagination and, of course, creativity of course, if fairies did exist. And obviously being a fan of the Disney film of Peter Pan, obviously with the character Tinkerbell, and of course with her spin-off series of films, I obviously was a huge fan of it. And like I said already, I absolutely fell in love with your characters of Harmony and Rhapsody, Candice and Ruth. You were absolutely... You just made me smile. Like, you were constantly smiling all the time. And what's great about your characters is that you're very much like them in real life. You never have ever changed. You're like smiley, cheerful, bubbly, full of enthusiasm, you're energetic. And I just adored you all those years ago. And what's also great about that, I know that this very show back 12 years ago made, of course, your breakthroughs in the television and, of course, performing arts industry, basically, all the way in Australia. I know you have moved, of course, to America now, Candice, and also a little birdie told me that I heard that your partner, Ivan, actually popped a question to you over a year ago, saying that he wanted to get married with you. And that did happen over a year ago, and you did say yes, and you got officially engaged. And I heard also that you only gone and got married this year as well, would you believe? I mean, that is absolutely incredible. I honestly thought you were going to wait until the new year of 2019 before that would happen. But I would like to say a massive belated congratulations to both of you. I think you're a really sweet couple. Actually, I have to say, you're as daft as each other. I've seen all the things you've been putting up on Instagram, both of you, and you are very, very funny indeed. And Candice as well, you are one very talented young lady. And I have been following all the other things you've done alongside the Fairies. And also as well, on the topic of that, going back to it, I think also I'm in love with your voice. The songs that you've been singing, as you did not know, I'm a huge fan of pop music, and loads of the songs on the Fairies sound like very good pop songs. They even sound like songs that even are very reminiscent of like songs from the 90s, like pop songs like from I think Steps. They even have got a bit of a retro feel, not just from the 90s, but even like going back to the songs of like ABBA, would you believe? Which I know sounds crazy for me to say that, but it's definitely true. And I've been, over the, of course, last few months, I have actually been mixing very famous pop songs together with some of the songs from the show. And Jennifer Watts, who created, of course, this show from back, I think it was about 20 years ago, which seems insane, absolutely bonkers. She obviously believed in you guys, and you made the show where it is today now. I know it hasn't been on TV for a while, but the brand has just gone, the bond of it has just been going strong. It's been growing stronger and stronger over the years, and for you guys to have been a part of it for like 5 years, from when it all began back in 2005, it's just incredible. And I just watched also on the topic of course, of your on the show. I watched, of course, your film of Fairy Christmas Carols, and also, if you had not known, the last song in that, See You Soon, that almost made me cry once again last year, and also it was the same effect that happened this year as well. It was so beautiful, and it was so sweet of you, Candice, to say that you actually said that was the last ever, I think not just show, but the last ever song that you recorded with the cast before you left the show, alongside with Ruth and all the others, of course, and Adam Woodburn playing Wizzy the Wizard, and Reese Bobridge, who was Elf the Fairy Cake Maker, who was also a very good singer. And honestly, to look back on that, it sounded like a real pop record. It put me in the mind of the very famous song, as I might have mentioned to you last year, of See You Again from Wiz Khalifa and Charlie Puth, which is one of the official songs from the film Furious 7, and that was also in tribute to the late actor Paul Walker, who died in a car crash from 5 years ago, would you believe, which seems insane. But of course, enough about that, but I'd just like to say I hope you have a wonderful Christmas, both of you, or your families, and I hope you have the most fun, that just like your characters of Harmony and Rhapsody, I know that you obviously will keep in touch over the Christmas period, and just like as the lyrics in the song of See You Soon, we'll keep in touch forever through our thoughts, our dreams, and not just our letters. Of course, a load of messages that I've been sending to both of you over the last few months or so. And like I said, I also have heard, Candice, I know you sent me an Instagram message quite a long time ago that you said that your mum actually comes from Scotland, over here in the United Kingdom, and I know you did say that you really appreciated me being one of not many fans from the United Kingdom supporting all your work, and I am still longing for that time when you come and of course do some work in the UK, Candice, because I think the United Kingdom also loves you, as well as, of course, where you come from all the way in Australia. But from you currently living in America, I mean, you know, what you're doing right now is incredible. I mean, your audiobooks you've been doing, and everything else you've been doing that has been like performing on stage, whether it be a children's program or children's show, or any musicals you've been doing, or even any dancing, because I know you're a very good dancer as well. I will support you all the way. And I understand you also, Ruth, you've actually made a complete transformation from obviously playing a sweet, cute little fairy, of course, of Rhapsody, to doing a lot of kickboxing training, and also you, of course, doing a lot of stage combat with, of course, swords and firing guns and everything. I mean, that was something I certainly was not expecting. But you're more than just, of course, a pretty face, I think, Ruth. You're definitely beautiful, but also you can be pretty deadly as well, honestly. But that's obviously a good thing anyway. But, oh my goodness me, I do apologise for rambling on, guys. But I've had so much to tell you, but I think I've covered everything. And I would just like to say, I know this is a very long video message, but I hope this has touched your hearts as it has done with mine. And I hope to, of course, see you in the future. You have been a big inspiration to me, being of course, a performer myself, doing musical theatre, and I would love to do children's entertainment in the future. I may be 24 years old, but I'm still, of course, young enough. I'm still a big kid at heart, and I absolutely love anything to do with children's programming, or, of course, kids' entertainment. It's something that I absolutely would love to do. And the most important thing that I would want to achieve from that is to make people happy, and for kids to have the most amazing time of their early lives as possible. But anyway, from myself, Jack Wright, known as Jackpot Button Lewis on YouTube, and of course, on the topic of that, you can also follow me once again on Twitter by, of course, by going to my Twitter page, which is @JBLPOfficial. I know you've done that already, Candice, but Ruth, if you are normally on Twitter, you can follow me from there. You can also follow me on Instagram. I know, Candice, you've been liking most of my posts themed around the fairies, of course, through that as well, since I've been tagging you in it, as well as you, Ruth, as well. And also, like I said, you can follow me by, of course, going to @JackpotButtonLewisOfficial. That's my, of course, profile on Instagram. Plus, you can also follow me on YouTube. Like I said, of course, my YouTuber name is Jackpot Button Lewis, with capital letters on the start of the three words. of course, Jackpot Button Lewis, of course, Productions. And I would really love some, of course, I'd love of course, a subscribe from you guys, and to also follow what I do, because I'll be doing some future, of course, children's entertainment themed, of course, videos in the future. So do keep your eye out for, of course, that in, of course, in 2019. Anyway, I've got to go now, so, of course, from myself, Jack Wright, known as Jackpot Button Lewis, all the way, of course, from Littleport in Cambridgeshire, here, of course, in the United Kingdom, I would like to wish you a very Merry Christmas, I should say, and indeed a fairy-tastic Happy New Year as well. And I look forward to seeing you in the new year, and hopefully in the future, in the next few years. But once again, like I said, hope to see you in the new year in 2019. Very Merry Christmas and a fairy-tastic Happy New Year, Candice, Ruth, and also Ivan. And I'll see you very soon. Now I've got to go. Bye-bye.